So the question is, some drugs are acceptable to some countries but not to others. Cite a specific drug and explain your premises. So let's start. Area has a prohibition of drugs when its government uses the force of law to punish the use or possession of drugs which have been classified as illegal. A government may simultaneously have systems in place to regulate both illegal and legal. Regulation controls the manufacture, distribution, marketing, sale, and use of certain drugs, for instance, through a prescription system. For example, uh, in some states, the possession or sale of amphetamines is a crime unless a patient has a physician's prescription for having prescription authorizes a pharmacy to sell and a patient to use a drug that would otherwise be prohibited. Although prohibition mostly concerns psychoactive drugs, which affect mental processes such as perception, cognition, and mood. Prohibition can also apply to non-psychoactive drugs as anabolic steroids. Many governments do not criminalize the possession of a limited quantity of certain drugs for personal use, while still prohibiting their sale or manufacture or possession in large quantities. Some laws or judicial practice set a specific volume of a particular drug above which is considered to be evidence of trafficking or sale of the drug. So I think the reason of this is one, societal beliefs and customs. Societal beliefs and customs affect how drugs are seen. In some cultures, certain substances have been accepted for a long time, while in others, they are considered taboo or disapproved. Also, conservative governments often oppose drug. Conservative governments same sa ato ang country, the Philippines, often oppose drug use for moral reasons, while progressive ones may support reforms and decriminalization. Legal systems also classify drugs differently. Some focus on public health and harm reduction, leading to decriminalization or legalization, while others enforce strict bans. This is due to the history of drug use and regulation, which varies greatly. Some countries have long traditions of using substances like alcohol or cannabis, and while others have struggled with addiction and social problems linked to drugs.
Hi everyone, my name is Ijan Bautista. To further and to better understand our topic into a specific drug that is acceptable to some countries and banned in others. One example of specific drugs is medical cannabis. Medical cannabis is lawfully prescribed in Canada, the Netherlands, and some US states. These following countries use this drug to treat diseases such as chronic pain, epilepsy, and multiple sclerosis. These countries recognize its medicinal potential and have established regulatory frameworks for its medical application. In contrast, the Philippines has tight cannabis prohibitions, even for medical uses. Cannabis is a forbidden drug under the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, Republic Act 9165, in which forbids the possession, use, and distribution. It also provided a punishable harsh penalties, including imprisonment and paying fines. The opposition to legalizing medical cannabis in the Philippines is mostly motivated by concerns about possible overuse, social stigma, and the government's strong anti-drug stance, which equates marijuana use with criminality and society. Host conversations and proposed legislation to legalize medicinal cannabis in Philippines, opposition remains strong, owing to countries' harsh anti-drug policies and cultural attitudes about drugs.
Okay, another example of drug that is acceptable in some countries but not in the Philippines. So Adderall, which contains amphetamine salts, is widely prescribed in countries like the United States and Canada for the treatment of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD and narcolepsy. In these countries, Adderall is viewed as a legitimate pharmaceutical drug when used under medical supervision, helping people manage attention, focus, and hyperactivity. However, in the Philippines, Adderall is classified as a dangerous drug act under the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, Republic Act number 9165, due to its high potential for abuse and dependence. Amphetamines in general are strictly prohibited unless unauthorized for medical or research purposes, and possession of or distribution of such substances can lead to severe legal consequences. The reason Adderall and similar stimulants are not accepted in the Philippines stems from concerns about their addictive properties and potential misuse. The government's strict anti-drug policy prioritizes controlling substances that have a history of being used. Vitamins have been linked to illegal trade issues like addiction in many countries. Thus, even though Adderall is controlled medication in some places, it's not allowed in the Philippines due to its association with the abuse of stimulant drugs.